The next question again relates to now air pollution, on a fairly direct questions. The question reads like this: according to the Central Pollution Control Board, that is in short the CPCB, which is responsible for maintenance and monitoring of whether all the pollution related acts are made use of properly in the country. They are the monitoring body, also setting standards, for example, from time to time. According to this CPCB, particles that is in the air or dust, which are responsible for causing great harm to human health concerning respiration, especially the respiratory system related problems from pollution, are of what diameter? Four choices are given as to different sizes of the diameter sizes of the dust particles. A 2.5 micrometers, B 5 micrometers, C 10 micrometers, D 7.5 micrometers. To come to the issue direct, it is 2.5 micrometers is the size. This diameter size particles and those of lesser diameter, they are very dangerous because they are not able to be physically filtered by our respiratory mechanism, right from when the air passes into our respiratory system through our nostrils, then being filtered by the hair there, then it passes through the nasal tract, and then we have the bronchial tract where we have minute fine cilia, which will, because there will be slow secretion of mucus there, dust particles get filtered. But particles which are 2.5 micrometers and lesser than that in diameter will continue to travel without hindrance and may reach deep parts of the respiratory system like the alveoli, and then lead to many other respiratory diseases or complications. Allergies first, then people with problems like asthma will be the very serious sufferers. Apart from that, then if long-term exposure, for example in industries or where dust is not controlled for a long period of time, young children and old people will be more seriously affected. Anyway, the symptoms which show up slowly with increased rates of seriousness of the respiratory disease related problem could be symptoms like irritation in the respiratory tract, then inflammation from time to time because of some kind of infection. Then in very serious cases it could lead to lung damage. And of course, in cases of small babies, or if they are exposed to such problems, there could be premature deaths also. The children are not able to be growing properly in the very early or infant stages. So that discussion probably gave us an idea about the seriousness of the problems of particulate air pollution matter, which are very less than 2.5 micrometers, and continuous exposure to dust particles of this size and smaller than that will lead to very serious respiratory problems. And if they are already prone to respiratory problems, the issues related will be much more serious. With that, let's move on to the next question. Next question, dear students, relates to some of the equipments which help us to solve the problems of air pollution related emissions. Question goes like this. This is a question related to certain devices which are used to control various types of air pollution. The device which is used to remove particulate matter from the exhausts of industries and thermal power plants are which among the four choices given? A. Scrubbers, B. Catalytic converters, C. Electrostatic precipitators, and D, all of these. Now, there are few more questions which are going to come in later, which will address the specific issues related to these devices. But for the present, we can narrow down by using certain of our experiences or your knowledge about these devices, and rule out some and try to retain what. Now, when we look at catalytic converters as a choice, they are basically used to control emissions in automobiles. So, let's not discuss this issue further. This choice is ruled out. And these devices are very specific because they address certain specific air pollution related issues, and therefore we cannot have a device which takes care of automobile emissions, industrial emissions and other type of emissions. Therefore, the choice D, that is all of these, also gets eliminated. Now we have two important devices which help us to remove air pollution in the industrial situations. One is A, the scrubber. C is the electrostatic precipitator. In some industries, the scrubbers are used. So, electrostatic precipitators are a device which are used in activities where large scale production of dust particles gets involved. And here, in the case of A, the scrubbers, it is mainly used to remove gases like sulfur dioxide. So, by using a semi-chemical process, so that can be ruled out. And as far as particulate matter of very large volumes is concerned, to control dust, the ESPs or the electrostatic precipitators are used. The electrostatic precipitators, therefore C would be the right choice, and let's discuss as to why this is so and where it is used. Mainly in thermal power stations where coal is used to a large extent, it produces a lot of ash. That coal, after burning, the heat is used to run turbines by heating water. That is one issue as far as the air pollution is concerned. Many other industries where lime is used, and cement manufacturing industries, a lot of dust gets created, and any other industry where there is a presence of dust being emanated, like again coal being burnt in furnaces in the iron and steel industries, like that ESPs are used. So, electrostatic precipitators is the right choice. This is a device which is used specifically for removing particulate matter from the exhausts in industries and thermal power plants. So, C is the right choice, students. With that, we will move on to one more question.
ಡಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್, ನೀವು ದಿವಿಗೆ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್ ಚಾನಲ್ಗೆ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಹೇಳಿ, ಇದೇ ಥರ ನೂರಾರು ವೀಡಿಯೋಸನ್ನು ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿ.